Hello everybody, today we are going to discuss the 16th chapter of The Invisible Man, which is In the Jolly Cricketers. And here when the chapter opens, we see four men inside, and these four men are a cabman, a bearded man, and a barman, and a policeman who was off duty. So these are the four people inside the Jolly Cricketers. They were talking, and suddenly then the anemic cabman, he said, "What's the shouting about?" Because here actually Marvel had given him, the Invisible Man, a slip and he was running, so they were shouting and screaming outside. So he asked, "What is the shouting about?" And he went to the window to peep through the dirty blinds, and the barman said that perhaps fire, something like that. And then there was the running sound, heavy breathing sound, the door was pushed open, and Mr. Marvel, whom we saw in the last chapter, as it was titled, "The Man Was Running," Mr. Marvel was running. So now he had entered this Jolly Cricketers, and his hair all disheveled, the hat gone, and the neck of the coat was torn open, and he was shouting, screaming, crying, bawling. He was saying, "Help, help, the Invisible Man is after me, help, help." He was shouting like that. And then the bearded man said, the policeman said, "What's the row about? What happened?" So Marvel was trying to close the door, which was held open with a strap. So policeman went and he pushed the door, he shut the door, he said, "What's the problem about?" He said, "The Invisible Man is after me, let me go inside, let me hide. He's after me, I give him the slip, he'll kill me, yes, he will." And then suddenly there was a slamming sound on the door, a pushing, and it just made Mr. Marvel shiver, and he was saying, "Let me go inside, he'll kill me, he has got some knife or something like that in his hand, he'll kill me." The barman just lifted the flap of the bar open and let him in, and he was hidden in the parlor there, and he locked the door upon him. And suddenly there the window pane of that Jolly Cricketers was broken, it was shattered, and they saw people running here and there, all screaming and shouting. And Mr. Marvel, he was all quite frightened there inside. The policeman stood on the settee staring out. The barman was also outside the parlor, and he was trying to see what is happening. The bearded man was also there. They said, "Yes, the Invisible Man is here. About time we saw him." And then suddenly there was all silent. The bearded man took out his revolver now, and he said, If he comes in, then I will." The policeman said, "No, that's not fair, that won't do." He said, "Yes, I know what country I am in. I mean to let it off at his legs." And then they all got ready facing the door. The bearded man said, "Come in." But nobody came in. It was 5 minutes. They waited for 5 minutes. Then another cabman just peeped into the inn. He craned his head into the inn. There was nobody else. And from within the parlor the sound came. Mr. Marvel just informed and cautioned them that he is prowling about. And he is as artful as a devil. At this time the barman remembered, "Oh, there is the back and there is the yard door," and they rushed about and they saw what the yard door was open. It means, they said, the policeman, the bearded man said, he must be in the house. The barman went into the kitchen, 2 women were there, and he stabbed every inch of the kitchen, but Nobody was there. He said that yes, I did that, but nobody was there. Even the women didn't notice anybody there. And now they were back here in the bar, and they heard what the door of the parlor opened, and then the sound, the screaming and squealing of Mr. Marvel. He was screaming like a leveret. Leveret is a small baby here, if you know. I must tell you, leveret is a baby hare. So they heard Mr. Marvel squealing like a leveret, and they rushed inside the parlor. They saw some invisible hand was lugging him, was pulling him, and Mr. Marvel was all crumpled up. He was struggling, head down, something like that. The policeman went past the barman to Marvel, but then he got a punch, he was beaten, and he went reeling back. And then it was that cabman, he also went to him, but then he got a kick under his diaphragm, and he also fell down. And now it was the bearded man, and the bearded man got ready with his revolver. And then in this struggle, when they were just trying to catch him and all, in this struggle he left Marvel, and Marvel got safe there. And the bearded man took his revolver and he fired one after the other, 5 bullets like this in the horizontal curve. And after that there was complete silence, and they said, now let's just bring some candle or something, let us see, let us search, look for him. They thought he must be dead, the bullet must have hit him, or he must be there on the ground. So he asked them to bring a candle and to look for him. So this is what we see happening in the 16th chapter. Now what happens next, what is there in the next chapter, we'll come to know in the next video. By then, thank you very much. Bye-bye.